Please,
When
Lord.
you initially started, you said, I can't believe that y'all are blaming this woman for what she did. I needed you to hear that because you said
Okay.
it just right. You said, we are not blaming this woman for what she did. We absolutely are blaming a woman for what she did, just like somebody would blame me for what I do, because that's what happens. When you become an adult, you get blamed for what you do and you have to take accountability for it. I
She
heard
did
everything you said.
nothing wrong.
She did do something wrong. I'm gonna
Man,
tell you
man,
how she did something wrong.
yeah.
Wait a minute, black man. I'm gonna let you have it. Let me
Mm.
tell you what she did wrong. In that particular state, it clearly states that if you do not sign your ticket slash citation, you will or can be arrested. She refused to do that, and she was arrested, and that's for
It
that
would have
particular
got
state.
thrown out of court because she's not even
It
from
doesn't
that
matter.
from that
And
Terry,
you're
state. That
exactly
would have
right.
got thrown out.
It
Terry,
would. You know what? You're exactly right. And if you would have been there at the time, you could have told her your behavior is not smart right now because this will be thrown out, and you could have
She did
protected
not
her.
overreact. She
okay,
didn't curse him out. She
Tyranny,
No,
wasn't
no, she
shaking
did.
her
She
neck.
did not.
She
She
just
did
tyranny,
said,
not. She
"Sir,
did not.
tyranny,
what's your name? What's your badge number?" Then he proceeded to
tyranny.
tell her that you're going to go to jail. And then her boyfriend was like, "Babe, just go ahead and sign the ticket." And then she stated again, "But this is not right." So the black man, the cop, who was completely wrong, this is the opportunity for us to stick together. And when we have the opportunity for us to stick together, then Toby over Kunta kicks in. Toby said, "I'm going to go ahead and take you to jail." Where Kunta would have been like, "Y'all not from here. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all have it. It's a warning."
Security boss, can I talk to the
Hold
president?
on. I feel like,
Excuse
let me
me.
just
Let
finish
her
it. Let me just finish it.
let her exhaust herself
Okay.
because I don't want her to be on the side of the road thinking that she's
All right.
right when the officer's already told her she's wrong.
Yeah, I want to talk to the
No,
president of the
I'm not
system here for a
wrong.
second. Hey,
I'm
listen,
not
ma'am.
wrong.
No,
There's
listen.
nothing with
I
questioning
said,
someone about what they're doing.
listen.
Ma'am,
There's
I
nothing
ma'am.
said
wrong with questioning.
there's nothing wrong with questioning it, but when they've already told you the rules
Jesus
and what
Christ.
the law is, you have to
Okay.
comply or you will go to jail. And that's what happened to her. And I just don't want that to happen to you. So don't
She
think,
wasn't getting a ticket. He was getting a ticket, and
no,
she
they both
questioned
were.
the ticket.
She's so
They both
misinformed.
were.
Ma'am,
They both
ma'am,
were. Now go ahead, black man. Go ahead and
ma'am, ma'am, if I
Tyranny. I
can't,
like to call
ma'am,
ma'am.
ma'am,
Don't
if
call
I,
me ma'am.
ma'am,
don't call you ma'am.
Tyranny.
Oh, you don't want to be called ma'am?
I want to call Tyranny. I would call him Black Man. I don't know his real name. I call him
okay,
Black
okay,
Man. I
okay,
call
no,
you
no problem. No, no
Tyranny.
disrespect.
Just keep going with what you're saying. Just call me Tyranny.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Listen, I want to say this to you. You said two things that stuck out to me. You said that she had something covering her head that was religious. The first thing that covered her head was a wig. It came off. Second thing is she didn't have
What?
anything. Hold on. She didn't have anything. But look, listen. Let's talk about this. If she did have something covering her head and she was religious, and even if she was in the Quran or either the Bible says that you are to obey the laws of the land. So she disobeyed what she believed in. That's the first thing. Second thing is you said men should die for their women. Back in the day, yes, they had an opportunity to die for their women in situations, but it's not going to be here lies black men unfiltered, shot 5 times by the police over a damn citation that I can get canceled out in court. What are
A
we
black
talking about?
police, a black man,
It doesn't
a
matter.
black man. Y'all, he should have never did that.
Tyranny.
Thank
This is
you.
tyranny,
Thank you.
tyranny. This is what I'm saying to you, tyranny, right? What I'm saying to you is you're misinformed that you think that both of the people there were being ticketed. He was being ticketed and she was being ticketed as well. The
For what?
man for being in the park in the state of, this is what I wanted you to research before you came
But
on. In the
they
state of Georgia,
already
hold on, ma'am,
verified they
tyranny,
didn't live there.
tyranny. In the state of Georgia,
What?
if you're at a park that closes after the park closes, it is against the law to be in that park. So when the police come, they have a right to write you a citation. The law also states after they write you a citation, if you don't sign it in the state, I want you to get your phone out. I want you to Google this real hard. And
I don't need to Google it because black
after you
men
get
need to do the right thing. How dare he give them a ticket and they're not even from that state?
after you,
Wait a minute, hold on.
ma'am,
Y'all both can't talk at the same time.
Tyranny, I'm trying to
Can't talk
speak.
at the same time.
I mean, but they talk for like 20 minutes each. I say something for 2 minutes and I'm like, cut her off.
Tyranny,
No.
I need you to listen to me, okay? Just for a second, okay? Just for a second, honey.
I'm listening.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I need you to be listening to me for just a second. In the state of Georgia, the law is if you're at a park, a state park after hours, you will be written a citation if the police catch you. when they give you a citation in the state of Georgia, no matter what the citation is, if you refuse to sign the citation, the law states that the police officer will arrest you and take you to jail. That's the law.
That doesn't matter. He's a black man. He should have stood for his black people. He should have gave them a warning, and they could have let them keep it pushing. But what he wanted, hold on. But what he wanted,
black man, hold on.
Jesus Christ.
So Tyranny, let me say this so we can come have some kind of flow of conversation. I agree with you that he did not have to give them a ticket initially, but everybody is not on this on black code. Some people, especially police officers, they operate more on character because that is his career. He's not going to sell out himself for someone that is doing something that is against the law, right? And the
cop would have not got fired or anything if he would have gave them a warning.
Listen, I agree with you that he could have, because they were not criminals. I said that from the very beginning. He could have let them go, but guess what? He chose not to. But guess what? That doesn't excuse her behavior, as in her rebellion not to listen and obey his authority.
She said, sir, I'll sign the ticket. I was just asking, sir, I'll sign the ticket. She said it.
Tyranny,
sir,
she had said no. She said no initially.
Right, Tyranny.
It's okay. It's okay. She said no initially. If you're gonna have that much authority, you can't have that much authority being a bitch. You have to understand that with authority comes much power. Hold on. And many I have been pulled over by Caucasian men. Hold on. I've been pulled over. I'll let you. I promise. I've been pulled over by Caucasian men with a tail light out, with no insurance. They'll let me go with a warning. He pulls these people over and not only gives them a ticket and threatens them with arrest, then he acts violent with her. Like she said, sir, you're hurting my arm. She's even looking at him like, what is really going on in 2022, and you still kissing your chief's butt?
Tyranny.
Oh, guess what? Wait a minute.
Let me ask you a question. Just one question, security boss. I swear to God, I'm done. Tyranny, what would your man would have done in that situation?
That's why us women gotta choose wisely. We can't choose a man. We can't choose. Well, whatever man that I choose.
Oh, you don't have one. So that's what I'm talking about.
I said whatever man I choose, which means I got options. I ain't made no choice. Stop acting like I can't get a man because I ain't got one. I choose wisely. I've been through the bull crap. Now I've learned to choose wisely. Applaud to me. But whatever man that I do choose, we're gonna have to be on the same accord.
But what I'm saying, if you went to the park today after hours and you took your kids with you to the park and the police pulled up, who would be there to protect you?
God, he gonna have to protect us anyway, because y'all not protecting us.
Right, and guess what? When you go to court, they're gonna put your hand. The only time God gonna show up is when you put your hand on the Bible and say, "I do solemnly swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God."
They're gonna dismiss that case because they're not even from that state.
But that's fine. Well,
you
made my point. You made my point.
So you don't even have to write them a ticket because it's going to get dismissed anyway.
Right. So why didn't you just sign it?
That's not proper protocol, what you're talking about, though. So guess what? Everything you say may be correct, but let me tell you something. You cannot fight the law based on a feeling. Just because you feel like it's incorrect, there's still a proper way to behave. There's still a proper protocol. Let them throw out the ticket, walk it out, be that citizen that walks it out. Because one day, those officers that you're talking about that did this and did that, they may be in your favor one day, and you be like, I'm glad you handled it that way. So don't dismiss what their job is. She should have signed the ticket initially. He actually told her, sign the ticket or you will be arrested. She decided that she was going to take over the situation. She was wrong at that point.
She didn't what did she do to say she was going to take over that situation?
By not signing, by saying I'm not going to sign, was her trying to take over the situation.
You don't have to sign a ticket. That's law.
Tyranny, no, it's not law. Tyranny. Do you think tyranny? Do you think
not in Georgia? In Georgia, it's the law. If you can be arrested if you don't.
Right.
That
is
from that state. Honestly, all of this falls into that black cop's hand because he had the opportunity to take this left or right, and he went left.
Tyranny, can I ask you a question?
We sick of y'all not standing up for us. We need y'all to hold on. Yes, ask me a question. Go ahead.
Do you believe Do you believe hard-headed women deserve to be protected?
Hard-headed women deserve to be protected. Anyways, the black cop was
My
wrong. We're
point
not going to sit
exactly.
here and blame
Your
this
Honor,
woman for it.
I move
He's
to have
hard-headed.
this
He was
case
hard-headed.
thrown out.
He was hard-headed because y'all want
I
to
rest
kiss
my
the
case.
Caucasian butt so much that you forgot that you're supposed to be our backbone. You're supposed to stand and fight for
Ma'am,
us. Hold on.
ma'am,
When are we going
your
to? When are
future
we going to
husband
get
may
out
be
of this
watching this.
whirlwind? When we're going to get out of this whirlwind of having to follow behind the Caucasian? When are y'all black men going to stand up again? Damn, y'all can watch Wakanda, but you can't act like Wakanda. We're going
Wakanda
to
don't
forever
exist.
be in
It's,
this
it's
place.
not a
Y'all
real
not
Black
going
man,
to
place.
don't say
look at
nothing
us.
else. Don't say nothing else.
Okay, okay.
Tyranny. You got to be responsible for what you are or who you are. And that young lady had to be too. She was wrong. She was out of order. And if you continue to be out of order, you will have to pay for it, either today or on the side of the road. So you need to think about what you're saying. You have to get in control of your emotions. That police officer was doing his job. He chose to do it that way. I don't necessarily agree with what he chose to do. I do think he could have let him go initially, but when he chose not to do, it was up to her to do the right thing as an adult woman. She chose not to. And it was just that simple. But I want you to make sure that you're thinking about what you're doing and choosing the right decisions whenever you come to a conclusion like this. It's not always about what you feel or what you think is right. A lot of times the law can get involved, and the law is the law. So just make sure you are very careful with that and make sure you're thinking through the situation, because I don't want you to be arrested because you feel like the person is wrong. It's a law that comes behind all of this.
You know, when Steve Harvey said that it's his job to do his job, and they told him they was going to pay him a couple of $1,000s to talk like a monkey, like Monique said, you could have either did that job or you could have hold your pride for your people and said, I'm not acting like no motherfucking monkey. What that cop did was act like a motherfucking baboon.
Lord,
They're not
Yes, he
doing
did.
that because you know
Like
why?
a baboon, because this was his opportunity to say, I'm a stand for people, and he did. He failed.
He may have
failed.
failed, but Tyranny, character is very important. Character is very important, and she didn't show any. She didn't show any character. She
Miss
didn't
that
show
thing,
any
she didn't curse
restraint.
him out. She didn't curse him
It
out.
doesn't matter.
She
You don't
didn't
have
spit
to
on him. She didn't do
listen.
anything.
You don't have to curse a person out to be disrespectful towards him. He asked her to sign. Why couldn't she just sign? Tell us right now, and then I'm gonna let you go. But tell us right now why did she not sign, Tyranny? She was
Because
asked
she
to
didn't
sign.
agree.
She didn't agree. Okay,
If we
so
start doing everything that the law tells us to do,
I agree with you. She didn't agree. The only option you have when you don't agree is for them to arrest you, and then you go downtown and let the judge or the magistrate explain it to you, so there you can understand them better. That's the only choice that this particular state has. That's
it was
it.
just a black man trying to show her a lesson. Because, like even said, sir, I didn't say I
Okay,
wasn't going to sign.
you
I'm
did
going
not.
to sign, and then he said, "Oh, it's too late for that."
Ma'am,
It ain't too late for her to not sign the paper.
ma'am, we love you. We love you as a black woman. Right now, we're
Stop!
not.
I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. I'm just
See,
telling
you're
y'all,
not. We
stop
can't
putting
do this,
blame on black women when y'all are the
ma'am.
leaders.
I just
Y'all
said we
are
love
the
you. I said we
leaders.
love you as a black
Hold
woman.
I
on.
didn't
I
ask
said we
you if
just
you love
disagree.
me. I didn't ask you all of that,
Tyranny,
sir.
be quiet for just a
I didn't
moment.
ask you that.
Black man, thank you so much for being here.